Alright, so welcome back to another unboxing video. So for this video, I'll be unboxing this game called Moa. Now, for those of you who don't know what a Moa is, it is a bird that is related to the ostrich. In fact, it's a big, heavy, flightless bird that used to live in New Zealand. It went extinct a long, long time ago, but they still have, from what I understand, they still have a replica of it or something like that at a museum in New Zealand. So if you want to see what it looks like for reals, you can, next time you go to New Zealand, you can find out and see what they looked like in a museum there. But like I said, this is a game about birds, about the moa, for instance, and various other birds, some of which are still on our planet today, like the Kakapo, for instance. And they basically live the lifestyle of like Native Americans almost, but instead they're birds. And this is a game about these birds protecting themselves from invaders from the West. And what are these invaders? Well, there's dogs, for instance. There's, I believe, weasels as well. So there's various obviously mammals that are going to invade their homeland and attack them, and so we're playing as these birds trying to fend them off and survive, obviously. So let's take a look and see what's inside this game called Moa. Now, this is also from APE Games, I believe, and this is the only game that I even saw that they had that definitely looked really fun. The other games didn't quite look all that great. In fact, I hadn't even heard of APE Games until I saw this one day and decided, ooh, you know what? Maybe I'll get this someday. And so that's why I picked it up and decided to get it, because I've heard this game isn't like spectacular, but it's beautiful and it is still pretty fun, I would think. So we have the components, obviously, on the rule book here. Rule book is you know, pretty large, but looks like all the information, it might be separated with plenty of space, so you don't so it's not as big as it seems, obviously, and I think that works out better that way. You can understand it probably a little bit better if the sentences are a little spaced out on the rule sheet. I think that helps a little bit when you're learning a new game. So, rule book. Okay, cool. So that's a rule book. Let's see what else we have here. We're going to save the cards for last, I think. There's definitely some cards here. We'll save them for last. Let's see, we got some meeples here, so that's usually the best part. Ooh, we have an 8-sided die. It's a nice little 8-sided die. Or actually, it's not an 8-sided die, is it? Let's see, there's a 2, there's a 1. Is this a... This is a 12-sided die, I think. Wow, I don't think I have any 12-sided dies. I think this is my first 12-sided die. I think it is a 12-sided die. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, so let's see what are in here. Alright, well, we got these tiny little meeples, obviously with the various bird heads, which are basically just the heads of the birds. Still, it's pretty cool. Let's open it up and actually look at them and feel them. Or should I say, I get to feel them. So, they're nice, that's for sure. I think I would have preferred if they were full birds, but they're still really cool. Obviously, various colors here. There's even pink, which is not currently in my hand. So there's a pink one. So they're cool. I like them. Don't know if they're in different colors because you play as a particular color, maybe, or who knows. But that's cool. Let's see what else we got. We've got... Looks like these are fences, maybe? So, wooden fences here, maybe so. To keep invaders out, perhaps, or something. That's cool. There's a lot more, though, so let's take a look and see what else we got in here. We've got more birds, by the looks of it. So let's open this one up. Actually, this one is darker, and there's various colors in these as well. In fact, there's orange, so you can see these a little bit better. I think these are Kakapos. I think they're supposed to, that's what they're supposed to represent, and I think this is supposed to represent the Moas in the various player colors, I bet you, because there's 5 colors here. So I think as a player, you're just going to get one of these colors. Gray and pink, and okay, let's open up the green ones, because, you know, I like green, so we'll open up one of them, and so that's interesting. Yeah, I think this is supposed to be for the Kakapo. I could be wrong, of course, but I think that's supposed to be the Kakapo. And then let's see what else we got. We got some discs as well. So, player markers maybe, or something like that. So, various, or maybe this is supposed to be I bet you this is for the scoreboard. And then we got some bigger cards here, or maybe more like player cards or something like that. Or let's take a look and see what these are for. Well, they're all the same, so it looks like each player would get one of these. There's 5 of them, so I would imagine that each player is going to get one of these. So yeah, it tells you what you can do. This is the Moa Action Reference. So yeah, each player is going to get one of these, so they have this as a reference, and so they can figure out what they can do. We'll take a look and see what each of these are last, I think, because I think I would like to read those out and see what they're about. Maybe some information on the birds themselves, or how they work, or something, maybe. Okay, well, here's the board, and then we got some punch-outs. So let's look at the board first, and get everything else out of the way without knocking anything over. It's a big board, so that's nice. Not too big, though, which is also nice. I only have so much table space, after all. So it doesn't even take up half of the... Oh, it doesn't even take up the whole table, so that's good. Cool board, to say the least. Pretty cool, pretty cool. So that's the board. All right, there's still more, obviously, right? So let's see, we got some punch-outs. So here's the punch-outs. It looks like these are the mammals that are coming to invade. That's definitely a dog, right? I think that's a dog for sure. These are dog animal folk, and not sure what these are. Not sure. Maybe the box will tell me. What are they? What could they possibly be? Well, doesn't really say, does it? Okay, so yeah, I'll have to look that up. Oh, maybe it'll be on those. I bet you. Maybe it'll be on those, or maybe not. I don't know. But we got a few different punch-outs. Looks like these are rodents, I think. Maybe these are the rodents, and maybe, I'm not sure what these are supposed to be, if that's the case. And then, I was right on the weasels. Definitely, those are definitely weasels. And so we definitely have some other types of punch-outs here as well. Okay, the cards. Let's look at the cards. So we have cards here to look at. Let's look at them. Thankfully, they're not going to be hard to open. So here's the little ones. So that's a dog. So and there's another mammal there. From the Western world, obviously. Here's the weasel. I like the artwork. The artwork is very beautiful, that's for sure. Not sure what all these do, but there's a lot of invaders on here, for sure, from the Western world, as well as just landscape as well. So, but there's a mammal, even if it's just landscape, and smaller version. So I'm not sure what these little ones do, for sure. But that's cool. They're all about the same, the rest of them, right? So that's them. Okay, now these are the birds themselves. So let's look at them. Once again, they are easy to open. Okay, well here's that. Let's bring this up closer so we can get a better look at them. Wow, that's beautiful, right? Okay, cool. Looks like some of these are all the same. Okay, here's a different one. He kind of looks like a pineapple, sort of, doesn't he? Almost looks like a pineapple, but he's definitely some sort of bird. Maybe that's the Kakapo. That could be the Kakapo. It's hard to say. There's a bunch of them, though. Ooh, I bet you that's a kiwi. I bet you this is the kiwi. Oh, I wonder if this is the Moa. Maybe that's the Moa. And maybe this is the Kakapo. I'm not sure. Maybe the fact card will tell me. Because we'll take a look at that and read that and see what that says in a momentarily. And then we've got another one here. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be. Sort of reminds me of an owl of some kind, maybe, but I'm not sure on that. So maybe, I wonder, or a frogmouth? Maybe that's a tawny frogmouth. I'm not sure. I don't think they live in New Zealand, though, so it's hard to say. And then we've got another bird here with a couple of smaller ones, obviously. Not sure what species of bird this is, but it's sort of like, it's almost like a chicken, right? Sort of, but it could be something else. And then another bird, I'm not sure of what that is. Is that the last one? It looks like there might be one more. Different type of bird, maybe. And then that's the last one there. So that's all the various birds on these cards here. Artwork is nice, though. Okay, let's read what these little... let's read what this says. Learn more about these birds. So that first one that we looked at is actually an eagle. It's a Haast's eagle. The Haast's eagle was the largest eagle to have ever existed, weighing up to 510 pounds. Wow. The largest eagle to have ever existed. I did not know about this species, that's for sure. It became extinct in the 1400s after its primary food source, the moa, were hunted to extinction. So that makes sense. They hunted the moa, which is this one here, and so that one went extinct, and that's another bird that's extinct. Okay, so here we have the kea. This bird is not extinct. That is for sure. So let's read what this one has to say. The kea. Kea are the world's only alpine parrot. They nest in holes in the ground, which makes them easy prey for rodents introduced to New Zealand, such as stoats, rats, and possums. They are endangered in New Zealand, with fewer than 7,000 left. Okay, so I knew about the kea. I knew it was an alpine parrot. I knew it was the only alpine parrot, but that confirms it. So there's possums in this game for sure. So some of those mammals that I was looking at were possums, and that's why they're in the game. So this is very thematic almost in a sense. Not realistic thematic, but it's definitely thematic. Okay, and then we have the moa here. This is the one that's extinct, and this is what this game is about. It's in the title. So New Zealand was home to 9 different species of moa, a flightless bird reaching 12 feet in height. They became hunted to extinction by around the year 1400, but are a prime candidate for cloning due to the amount of moa remains in existence. Well, that is interesting. Okay, so now you know what the moa is. Then we have this bird, which I'm probably going to roughly pronounce here, definitely. A pukeko, maybe? A pueko or something? Not sure. Okay, but this bird here, its average It averaged 20 inches long. They're found in marshy or open country. While they have trouble flying, they're good swimmers and runners. These birds are open breeders with multiple parents sharing a nest and responsibility for incubation and feeding. So they're sort of like a chicken of some kind, but they're not a chicken, obviously, and they've got an interesting, really hard name to pronounce. The Kakapo. That's what that is. Okay, well, here we have the kiwi. That's definitely still alive today, right? So let's read about that. There are fewer than 68,000 kiwis left, and about 2% of unmanaged kiwi are lost every year. Rodents introduced to New Zealand share the same food sources. This appears to stunt the growth of kiwi chicks. Okay, so that bird's still alive today, but not doing so well, obviously. So here we have the Kakapo. Early inhabitants hunted the Kakapo for its plumage and meat. European settlers cleared the land and newly introduced predators such as cats, rats, and stoats hunted them to near extinction. There are fewer than 160 known surviving Kakapo. So that one is definitely critically endangered. So this is definitely important stuff. Definitely learning some stuff here. I knew this existed, but I did not know there was that many left, for sure. I definitely didn't know about this bird, for sure, or this one, for that matter. And then we still have two more here. So this one is called a moorpork, or a moorpork. A moorpork. I'm just going to pronounce it as that. The moorpork is known for its haunting melancholy song in the night. It is New Zealand's only surviving native owl. I was right. Moorpork belong to the spirit world and watchful guardians in Maori tradition. So that's interesting. For Maori tradition, they belong to the spirit world and are watchful guardians in that type of tradition. Maori, the Maori tribe, I think is what that is. But that's an interesting owl. So yes, I was right. It is an owl. Okay, it's just not called that, but it is an owl. Cool. Okay, and then so that's obviously still alive today. And then this one is a tui. Okay, I think that's it, or tui maybe. Tui are honey eaters, which means they eat nectar from flowering plants. They are aggressive birds and will chase even other tui away from good food sources. The introduction of possums, rats, feral cats, etc. have threatened their habitats. So there's definitely a message in this game. It's not just a fun little game. There's definitely a message that the birds in New Zealand that are still alive today are suffering because humans introduced animals that do not belong in New Zealand. That's the message. That's why a lot of them are going extinct. Some of them obviously more than others. That Kakapo definitely more than others. And obviously, 2 of them are already extinct, at least out of these 8. So definitely a good message to read about, and looking forward to definitely learning how to play this game called Moa. And so leave a like if you guys liked this video, and I'll see you guys again next time.